Hi, my name is Iggy Stewart. I'm 42 years old. I was born and raised in a little dorpie called Vryheid.
Hi, my name's Liza. I have an extended family. I have my husband Yaku, I have my two kids Zonda and Tristan, and then I've got some furball kids.
Went to an agricultural school. Standard 6 you were in the vegetable garden. Standard 7 you did slaughtered chickens. Standard 8 was pigs. Standard 9 was we all got an ox to raise from like birth and make it fat so that you can take it to the abattoir and have it slaughtered.
We have a unique situation in our house because I actually am an animal communicator, so I understand what our animals are saying to us. Alex, you are not allowed to eat the food that's left over on the table. So when we are cooking and I'm standing there and they're looking at me saying, okay, it's my turn now, I can look back and say, no, not yet. Your mealtime is at 5.
When I was 14, I started working for the Spur, but not as a cooker or a waiter or anything like that. I started as Chico the Clown. That's how long ago it was.
I'm really looking forward to this competition. I am going to do my absolute best. To my competitor, bring it on.
I think I'll be a bit nervous because now I'm going to meet somebody new and I've got to cook their recipe. But I think a glass of wine and that will be all gone. All the nerves will be gone. I don't know why I'm feeling so nervous, but in any case.
All right, so here we are. We're on the way to Liza's house. I mean, how have you been feeling?
Time for?
Time for cooking!
Are we cooking tonight?
We're cooking tonight. How are you with pots and pans you've never used?
I don't know. We'll
First
find out
time.
tonight.
First time. Okay, good. All right, here we are. Do you want to just buzz Liza and see if she's ready?
I hope she's
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's a
All
kids lock on you.
There we go. Why do they put kids lock? All right, this is starting well. See?
Very
There we
well.
go. It really is a kids lock.
Anyway,
Okay, well you've overcome your first obstacle.
Hello.
Hi there, it's Iggy. I'm here to take over your kitchen.
Hi, Iggy. Come
Hi.
in.
Thank you.
Iggy's about to cook a recipe he's never seen for a family he's never met. And it's their favorite recipe. Let's see how he does.
Okay, enough, boys.
Hello.
Hi there. Hi. Hi.
Come in.
This is Iggy.
Nice to
Iggy.
meet
Hi,
you.
Liza.
Right.
And
This is
then-
for you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Come through. All right, so this is your kitchen,
Thank you very much.
and this is your recipe.
Ooh, the recipe.
Looks like the nerves have kicked in.
Hong Kong chicken with stir fry and crispy noodles. Very interesting. I've never been to chef school at all. What I know is self-trained, but I do like to experiment. People would think, no, I won't be able to make that, but I think I can give it a try.
When I thought about a recipe, I really wanted something that we absolutely love. And I must say my family love Hong Kong chicken. When I first thought about cooking with chicken, one of the things that I love cooking with is Asian food. My family love Hong Kong chicken.
I have never made Hong Kong chicken. Guess tonight's the first.
Great, awesome.
When I heard that I'm cooking for a lady, I thought, well, any lady's dream is to have a naked chef in their kitchen. So you just have to have the idea.
I love it.
Interesting strategy, Iggy.
What is in here?
Time to unpack the ingredients. Let's see what he'll be cooking with. I don't think the recipe specifically mentions wine.
Can I offer you something to drink?
I thought you're never gonna ask.
Luckily, Liza did.
Yeah, it's shaky at the moment.
There we go. I'm going to just leave the open bottle here so you can top up as much as you want.
Interesting strategy, Liza.
When I got here, my hands were shaking terribly. I haven't experienced this kind of nervousness before. It was. I didn't think I'd be this nervous. I was nervous this morning, but geez, it's like escalated. And it was a bit cold outside, so maybe it's that. Okay, so the soy sauce is in. I was scared that I was trembling so much that if I have to use a knife, I'm gonna cut myself. But luckily there was 2 medics outside. It's funny when you're in your own kitchen and you're comfortable with everything, then you just do it. Okay.
Iggy starts the prepping by marinating the chicken.
I've mixed soy sauce, brown vinegar and sugar. And now I'm going to take the chicken and marinate the chicken. Country range, absolutely. Okay, so this is basically just a mixed pack. Get those guys in there. Let them marinate for a bit. Okay, so we put the chicken aside now. Marinate it. And the mixing bowl for the sauce.
Iggy adds a rather shaky portion of honey.
They say it's normally just women that can multitask. I'm finding it hard to open this thing. So it's 45 mils of this. And now we need ginger. Is the ginger, I wonder, is it sliced? Is it marinated? Remove chicken dry. Okay, sauce heater.
Whether it's my recipe or any recipe, I think the balance of flavors is one of the trickiest things. Sometimes you get a recipe, and even when you're given the actual recipe for what your portions are, what your quantities are, you put those quantities in, and when you taste the food, it's not tasting right, so you have to adjust those quantities according to taste.
Get the prepping out of the way, and then you can actually just enjoy the cooking of the meat. Okay, that should be fine. Perfect. I'm not the world's neatest cook, I must say. More. Definitely more. And it has to be fresh garlic.
I have a worm farm, so if you
fantastic.
like to put your pickles in there, then I can add it to my worm farm.
Fantastic, we'll do that. What kind of worms are they?
The worms that you find in a worm farm.
Have I ever cooked for a worm farm? Let me think about this. No. Do you use the top part also? Or you're not allowed to tell me?
Is that your lifeline that you're asking?
No. A grater. Where would I find the grater? Should I just...
Got to search.
Either it's a new grating technique or Iggy's still a tad nervous.
I'm going so fast I forgot to drink wine.
I cook with box wine and I drink the bottle wine.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to prep everything and then just at the last bit fry whatever needs to be fried.
So I'm the only one that cooks in the house, so whether I would want to or not want to, I have to cook.
And Wayne eats quite a bit. He's going to kill me if he sees this.
Shame. In the last 7 years that we've been together, he's made 2 meals, but I didn't eat it.
Okay, carrots are done. Cook it. If I know these people that's wheat intolerant, then I make it with either brinjals or baby marrows. Sweet corn. You're like my puppies. Wait for droppings to fall, hey. You weren't like this. I just realized I've done something wrong. Anyway, I'm not gonna say what it was.
I'm guessing it's something to do with the sauce.
Here we go, magic.
2 spoons of sauce and a touch of magic.
She has given me like quantities, but like little bit extra can't hurt. Less is more, in this case, no. It's the other way around. If I don't get this right, is there a McDonald's close by?
There is, but I don't think they serve Hong Kong chicken.
All goes together. The marinade, and then the sauce. The stir-fry veg. Oh, I want to bulk up the stir-fry veg a little bit. Never in my life did I think I'd prepare food for a worm. My mother used to make a mean pot of boerenboontjies with potato and black pepper and onion. Jeez.
Typical Afrikaans families, conservative, rice, vleis and aardappels. We always joked with her, her plates were always on the top number, and it would boil away, but the food that came out there was lovely.
I am going to do the chicken now. Mix all the ingredients. Okay. Just orange. Okay, let's hope that's right. Dirty another dish. Do we have to do dishes? Okay, so they say that sauce goes with this sauce, and I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you. Okay, that sauce goes with this sauce. Are we going to just? Yes. Maybe. That wasn't the right move, but we'll see. It was the right move.
The prep's done. Now it's time to get cooking.
I'm gonna brown the chicken now. That's what we're gonna do. Use a lifeline, I think, to find out if it goes into the oven or on the stove top. Because it says they cook for 25 minutes, but it doesn't say if it's on the stove or in the oven. Okay. Oh, these fingers don't feel anything really, so I'm just bluffing myself, feeling ill. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna brown the chicken. We're gonna add the sauce. We're gonna cook it for a bit. And then I'm thinking it must go into the oven. Otherwise, why have we switched on the oven? While that is in the oven, I'm gonna do the stir fry and the noodles. And then we're ready. I think so. Bloody hope so.
If you take a deep breath, you can just about smell that chicken.
Okay, they're almost ready to go. Then I'm going to add the sauce. In goes the sauce. This oven thing is not making sense to me. Liza, I need that lifeline. Okay, so it says they cook, add the sauce, which I've done. It's cooking away now, but it doesn't say if it needs to go into the oven.
It does need to go into the oven, so it doesn't actually cook on the stove. It actually, you put it in here and you put it into the oven. It cooks in the oven.
I hope I don't need another lifeline. I'm not very good at Googling. Then, right.
Right about now, I'm feeling very happy that I'm invited to dinner.
I think the one thing that I would do slightly differently tomorrow is when I get the recipe, I will read the whole recipe through. I think that he started on the first bit and he focused in on the very first bit, and there were 3 sections.
Okay, I'll do it in here rather. Much better, much better.
I'm a vegetable behavioralist.
And we didn't need them. Imagine. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do both of these.
So the first thing I wanted to know, it must be rather odd watching someone do your recipe.
I thought it was actually going to be really easy. I thought it was a really basic recipe, but I kept on wanting to step in and go, what?
Yeah. So I see your cutlery also chosen for a reason.
Shouldn't that be crockery?
This is a beautiful set
Definitely
of Chinese
crockery.
cutlery that we got for our wedding gift.
And while you're busy counting them, I'm thinking you're counting for 6. Did your recipe, it does cater for 6, right?
So it actually caters for 4, which is why we actually bumped it up slightly.
Okay.
Because I wasn't entirely sure.
Okay. The kids just weren't gonna eat.
Needs to go a little bit more, I think.
I mean, I had my eyes on and my eyes off, and then I couldn't see the clock. And I mean, look at that clock.
That might also explain why the family's looking a bit hungry by now.
Okay, now we've got to sort because we didn't think. Spring onions needs to be fried with the garlic and... Who writes a recipe like this? No, man.
Iggy carefully measures 2 tablespoons of oil for the stir fry.
When you normally cook, you do the garlic, the ginger, the onion, blah, 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 and you follow on from that. I just everything together, and I thought, okay, this is how it's going to work. And I actually put the garlic and the ginger at the bottom. I made a little fishing hole and I put it in the bottom thinking it would work. Luckily there was extras.
Now we're going to do the veg. Now we've got
The recipe does say gently pat noodles into a round pancake.
Okay, so that's going. This is not really going.
You know, it's something that you use every day. So you're used to your oven and stove. This is what you do. This is when you turn this on. But you don't know. And then you can't really see the... Oh, you can. I couldn't see the dials on the stove when I was busy. I think I was stressing so much.
They'd be amazed. This farm boy can cook. My veggies is not really going, so I flip them over. That looks good.
Smells good too.
I don't know. I didn't know noodles can go golden brown.
The noodles, the crispy noodles, I don't think that he understood what that actually entailed or what it meant.
Side noodles onto serving plate and keep warm in the low oven. She hasn't got a low oven. There's no low oven. And there's...
I think because he didn't know the structure of it, I think that took his time. I think perhaps nerves in the beginning, that also took his time.
Okay, 2 tablespoons of low salt soya. Okay. Go.
I don't know if it's Liza's Hong Kong chicken, but it certainly looks good.
Oh, good. This was
soon. This woman is gonna say, "Guys, more Dirty, another woman. You can just walk away." Putting in the sauce. Okay, so I think the veg is ready. I think we've got a winner. I know it's the first night.
Confident.
So this is not getting thicker, and I'm not sure why.
Was that in the recipe?
Nobody saw anything.
You don't want it too sweet. You want that umami taste to come out.
But it's still very watery-like. They call it, in fancy terms, to reduce it so that it becomes a syrupy-like. It needs to become syrup very quickly.
So when I'm looking at somebody else's cooking of the Hong Kong chicken, one of the things that I'll be looking at is the thickness of the sauce. I think that's really important with Hong Kong chicken. It needs to be sticky. It can't be too sticky. It can't be too thin.
Syrup, 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 syrup. What have I done wrong? Remove the chicken, cook the sauce until it becomes syrupy. Pour the sauce over the chicken. She can't hear me, right? Okay, there was a problem with the sauce. She told me when we walked in here, and she said she's never used the recipe, but she had to write a recipe down. So I think there was maybe 5%, 10% of her fault that the sauce didn't thicken. Jy moet soet wees, Bokkie. Jy moet styf word, Bokkie. I was thinking now, put some sugar in.
You already did. Perhaps try some honey?
Actually, going to do it another time. Oh, because that looks much better. Look at that.
The not quite syrupy sauce is added to the chicken.
When you cook with your own pots, you kind of know what heat it projects. And suddenly somebody else's pot, you touch it and the thing is flipping burning you. They tell you to touch your ear, it doesn't work. Does everything go into one bowl? So I'm dishing, I'm not sure exactly how, but here we go.
Not sure? But you need to make a decision, Iggy. It's time to plate.
The veg. I did wash my hands, so it's fine. There. And voila! I'm wondering if I shouldn't drizzle sauce over the noodles. Just spin the... And we can't have any bungee jumping. Here we go.
Are you guys ready to judge the meal? 100%. All right, let's do it.
I think he definitely succeeded in getting the meal out. It smelt absolutely delicious. I think that was one of the things that we needed to look at.
Time to eat, and the family looks very ready.
This was tough. Probably gonna burst out crying and have another bottle of wine. What have you seen?
Does this guy look anything like it normally does?
Similar. It smells just as good.
Let's jump in and see. Is it alright? Yeah? So, feels a bit like home. Alright, okay, good, no? If you're eating it and going, I have no idea what this is, then he's done something very wrong.
So, Iggy, what do you think?
No, it's awful. You mustn't eat it.
Listen, the sweetness is there, the stickiness is there. It's got a lovely flavour, so, I mean, well, you obviously know that, it's your recipe.
You didn't know about crispy noodles before?
I have not got a lot of experience with crispy noodles, yeah.
Makes two of us.
The crispy noodles were actually supposed to be deep fried. So not necessarily the bulk of the noodles that was on the plate, but the presentation part.
Do you normally start with the veg or do you cut pieces of everything, or how do you normally approach it?
I would have done the stir fry and then the chicken on top. So very similar to what he did, except with the crispy noodles, I would have probably popped them up just to give them that height.
Can I get a bit more sauce with it? There's plenty.
Gravy good.
There was no wrong sauce or anything. I just misread a little label and yeah, improvise.
I must say, my sauce is a lot thicker and stickier. And I know that I was, watching and listening, and I know that he was struggling with that.
That's very...
Wait until you put it on and then take it back.
No, you can leave it here, it's fine.
Well, I guess you did something right.
I'm so looking forward to tomorrow night because I will be A, in the comfort of my own home, B, I'll have Wayne with me, I'll have my friends, my very close friends with me. Thank you so much.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
So get a hug.
Thank you. Really, really thank you. Thank you for opening your home, and it was a pleasure cooking for you. I'm looking forward to you taking over my kitchen tomorrow night.
Great, I'm looking forward to doing that as well.
And this chick is gonna work.
Next time on Our Home Plate.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
It's like Christmas.
No, not you.
My recipe is 2.5 hours.
I have never cooked in so many orange pots at once.
What is the time now? It's 25 past midnight.